Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video I have this flyback converter. It is a 5 volt and 12 volt power supply, 12 volt 1.5 ampere and 5 volt 1.5 ampere. It has fluctuation. What is fluctuation? What are the symptoms and how we can say it is fluctuation and how we can troubleshoot it? I'm going to apply power. If you don't have a good practical experience in power electronics, never try to repair. We can see the multimeter in voltage mode. I connected to 5 volt and ground. So we have this condition. LED is off. Let's check. Before testing, we must know what is the problem in the power supply. Then we have to know what type of SMPS controller is there. It is our basic requirement. Either it is top switch, either it is SMPS controller. Feedback system, how it is working. Let's make a short review of a diagram. Input filter, bridge rectifier, capacitor. After capacitor, the voltage are reaching to the transformer positive voltage from this main positive capacitor. Then the ground is applied to this top 214 IC. We have a 3-terminal device. It looks like a transistor. It have just only 3 pins, 1, 2, 3. One is drain, source and control pin. Top 214, drain, source and control. So control pin, it works like VCC pin, enable pin. When this power supply is off, its secondary side is off. There are no voltage. In that time, we connect a positive voltage through this transformer winding to the drain pin. That is here. And it will charge the capacitor that is connected at VCC pin at the control pin. So control pin is here. We have this capacitor. Initial stage, it will charge this capacitor. When this capacitor will reach at 5.7 volts, at that time it will disconnect the charging circuit. When it will disconnect the charging circuit, it will start switching. When it will start switching, it will provide pulses in the output. When it starts switching, it generates magnetic field. Why? Because ground, and it starts switching in this shape pulses. So these pulses will cause to flow electrical current in the transformer winding. So magnetic field will build up, it will generate voltage in secondary, and meanwhile it will also generate voltage in the auxillary winding, VCC winding. One end is grounded with the primary ground. Second end of the auxiliary winding is providing voltage which are rectified, and these voltage are reaching to the collector of this optocoupler. When there was no voltage, this IC charged this capacitor up to 5.7 volts. After that, the charging discontinued from this path. Inside this IC 3-terminal switch, it is just only like this: drain, source and control pin. Number 1 pin is control pin. Now it is switching. Voltage are being produced in the secondary side, so voltage are rectified. When voltage will reach at specific level, that is 5 volt and 12 volt, this voltage divider network will provide reference voltage to zener regulator TL431. It will cause to flow the current in the diode of this optocoupler. So it will generate a light. This light will activate the transistor of this optocoupler output side. So it will pass these voltage to this capacitor through a current limit resistor 330 ohm. Now it is very interesting. When voltage reached here, if the voltage are not available here at that time, these voltage are stopped here. If the voltage are maintained, these voltage will pass to this capacitor and it will provide biasing to this circuit, because the IC have disconnected this drain pin and connected to internal supply by the control voltage. First it started to charge the capacitor. Capacitor is connected here. First it charged internally. When the IC starts switching and voltage reached in the output side, that time the auxiliary voltage will reach to this capacitor and to this IC, and this IC will work smoothly. Now this is point related to our fault. If we have anything wrong here in anywhere in the transformer, in the secondary, if this diode is short circuit, if the diode is short circuit, if this capacitor is short circuit, it will not allow to maintain the voltage. Suppose this diode is short circuit, it will not build voltage in this capacitor. If this diode is bad, it will not allow to build voltage here. Okay, then we have a zener regulator that is in series with this 100 ohm resistor, and it will not allow to build voltage here. If any component, for example our TL431 is not working properly, voltage divider is not working properly, we will not find voltage in this section, in this portion. What will happen? The IC is switching now. When the voltage have not received here, the capacitor here, this capacitor, because it was charged through this pin, due to any failure, if the voltage are not reached here at the capacitor, so we can say this section is silent now, because due to any failure the feedback network is not operating, so the voltage are not passing to this capacitor, the auxiliary voltage, so this capacitor will discharge because this IC is consuming power. When the voltage at this capacitor will drop at 4.7 volts, this IC will turn off switching. So this top 214 will turn off switching and it will wait up to equal time, up to 8 cycles. In these 8 cycles it will recharge this capacitor again. It will turn off its oscillator and it will start charging this capacitor. When this capacitor will charge again, then this IC will turn off the VCC voltage and it will switch to internal supply to take voltage from VCC, and it will turn on the output MOSFET. The same situation, if we cannot find voltage, so it is called restart mode. If it cannot find the feedback, this IC will turn on power supply, then it will wait until the feedback is reached. So let's check practically. Never touch to any component when the power is applied. So here we have fuse, class X capacitor, class Y capacitor, filter, bridge rectifier, and this main capacitor. Here we have VCC capacitor, that is here, this small capacitor. This big capacitor, the large capacitor, it is here. Then we have this heatsink mounted top 214, and under this flyback transformer we have this PC817 and we have TL431 here, that is the feedback network. Let's check it. In the input I have 237 volt in the input, 237 volt AC. Then we have to check the DC voltage at this capacitor, bulk capacitor. So it is 328, 29, 27, 30. the voltage at this capacitor are varying. These must be stable. And second thing, how much voltage we have here in the AC terminal? It is 237 volts. 237, multiply it with 1.414. 237 multiplied by 1.414 to take voltage. So around 335 volt must be present at the capacitor. How much AC voltage are available? Multiply with 1.414 to take peak voltage, rectified peak voltage from bridge rectifier. So here the voltage here must be stable and 330 volt, it's okay. If we find 230 volts, that means this capacitor is bad. If we find 220 volt DC at main this capacitor, that means the capacitor is bad. Now the problem, we have fluctuation in this capacitor. Okay, let's check it. Where is the fluctuation? Then we have to check this optocoupler. DC voltage range, DC voltage mod, and check voltage in the output side, that is in primary side. So here we have fluctuation. We can see the multimeter response. So that means there is something wrong. Then we have to check this small capacitor. So here we have fluctuation. These voltage must be stable. Why? Because this time we are not finding the feedback. In feedback network we are just finding some millivolt and there is fluctuation. It means we have something wrong here in this section. How to locate where is the fault? First of all, it is very easy method. Check DC voltage across these diodes to find the output voltage of this transformer. You can check at the capacitor, but capacitor it becomes difficult. So it is very easy because it is prominent device. So we can check voltage very easily at the diode. So we can locate where is the fault. We have this Schottky rectifier here. So this rectifier, it is just dropping in millivolt. The second rectifier, this section, it is giving around 7 volts, 7.8 volt. That means this section is good. This section is working good. This section, 5 volt section, it have problem. It is dropping the voltage. So if we locate 5 volt section, that is directly connected to feedback network. That means we have something wrong here. Might be some capacitor short circuit, might be some diode, some zener. So we can check it. Let's disconnect power and then we can check it, because this time this IC is unable to find the feedback. So in 5 volt section, first we have to check visually this capacitor, this capacitor, this capacitor. We have 4 capacitors in the output section. So capacitor is working good, looking good. That means we have to check the diodes, the rectifiers. First of all, discharge these capacitors because these are low value capacitors. Discharge them to connect multimeter. Now it's okay. If the capacitors are in large size, never discharge with tweezer or screwdriver. Set multimeter to diode mode. It is 0.002. So might be this rectifier is bad. We can remove it and we will check it. So I remove this Schottky rectifier. One side open, the second side 0.1 ohm, that's good, 0.1 volt drop. So this Schottky rectifier is good. So then we have immediate to this network, we have a zener regulator here. So we can check this one. Anytime when the feedback is missing or there is some short circuit in the output side, might be the optocoupler is bad or TL431 is damaged, in all conditions, or any capacitor, any diode, anything is short circuit, we will find the same varying voltage. The converter will drop its regulation. Wonderful. Our this diode is short circuit, that is zener regulator. In both directions it is short circuit. Now this zener regulator, it is to give a standard voltage, to give a drop voltage with this resistor to the PC817. So now we can check voltage without zener. If just only this zener was bad, now the output must come here. This 5 volts, common, positive. Excellent. We have output 5.768 volt, 79 volt. This time the last digits are moving. Why? Because our regulator, zener regulator, is not present, so we removed it. It is 13.9 volt, that is slightly above 1.9 volt above than this, and it is 5.8 volt. It must be 5 volt, 5.0 volt. Why? Because our this zener regulator is now not available. It was short circuit. We will replace this and this fault will go away, and I will install the new zener so this supply will work properly. In upcoming video I will discuss all the circuit details, circuit design, how this circuit is working. We will discuss in detail. I hope so this video is informative. If it is informative, hit the like button. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment box. Thanks for watching. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.